Hello, John the Prof here. You're listening to Radio GH worldwide on the internet.
Well, good afternoon. Welcome to the Daily Ceilidh here on Radio GH with me, Derek Hamilton. And I hope it's as nice with you as it is with us here in East Ayrshire. It's lovely today. And we've got loads of music and we've got loads of requests as well to get through. But I'm going to start off the programme with a track from Charlie Kirkpatrick and his band, To Get You Dancing. It's actually the... what is it? It's the Virginia Reel. Come on, Charlie, get us going with the Virginia Reel. Patrick and the Band, and that was a very, very popular dance around the dance scene when it's up and running properly and going great guns. That was, in fact, it was the what was it? Can you remember? Do you remember what the dance was? You don't? Well, I'm not going to tell you. Anyway, it was a Virginia reel. Right. There is a joke attached to that, but we'll not do it in the lunchtime programme. Keep that for an evening programme. Right, let's move on. And next track up is actually a request. And it says, "Hello, Derek, and all the Ceilidh gang from the Gruesome Twosome. Could you please play any track by Ian Muir? Early start, taking Marie for her flu jab and hopefully her booster. We'll be back in time for the Ceilidh." And that comes from Bill and Marie, the Gruesome Twosome. Well, Marie, I hope you've had your jab and I hope you've had your booster as well. I don't know whether, certainly in our case, we were offered them in one arm and that saved you having two sore arms the next day. But hopefully you'll not either have sore arms or any after effects. And it's very wise to get the booster done. So hopefully everything turns out well for you, Marie, and you're jumping around and playing indoor bowls and no feeling any after effects of the jab. Right, Ian Muir is coming up and he is to play a set of reels all composed by Jim Johnson.
Best music in the afternoon on Radio GH.
Indeed, playing the best music in the afternoon here on Radio GH on the Daily Ceilidh. And that was Ian Muir and his band, and it was a special request for the Gruesome Twosome. They asked for anything by Ian Muir, and that is actually, that album, the whole album, which is a salute to Jim Johnson by the Ian Muir Band, is one of my favourite albums from the Ian Muir Band. That was in the days when Colin Bell was on piano, Neil McMillan was on the bass, Scott Gordon was on the drums, and Ian led on accordion, and it was yours truly on second box. Great times these. Hope you enjoyed that. Right, moving onwards and upwards, and here's a wee track by Bert Shorthouse, and it's the Gay Gordons. Let's see you up and dancing. Jay Gordon's, played by Bert Shorthouse and the Glenlomond Scottish Dance Band. Another request coming up. Let me just tick that one off for a start. Right, okay. And a second request coming up here, and it says, "Hi Derek, could you play a track for the Wick Scottish Dance Band for all the listeners?" And that comes from Angela Gilfillan. Angela, your request is our delight. So here is the Wick Scottish Dance Band, and they're going to play the jig "The Honeymoon." Caught me in the hop there. Didn't realise there wasn't a chord. I wasn't even looking at the screen. Dear oh dear. Yes, that was the Wick Scottish Dance Band, and they were playing, especially for Angela Gilfillan, they were playing a wee set of jigs there, and that was Addie Harper and the Wick Scottish Band. Right, what we got next up? Let's have a wee look and see. I'm going to play a track by... No, let's have the first song of the day. Here's a wee waltz, and it's in tribute to Dermot O'Brien, that famous accordion player, footballer, and various other things, Irish footballer, from Ardee. And it's called O'Brien from Ardee, and it's sung by the one and only Declan Ongier. I always say that. That's because I'm looking at it and it's spelled Aungier. It's Declan Ainger.
There's a flower-covered grave in a country churchyard a few miles outside of Ardee, and I've knelt down in prayer for a man who lies there for his likes we will ne'er again see. At the footballing game he first made his name. As a singer he was so sublime, but as an accordion player there's none to compare to our own great Dermot O'Brien. He was known from Ardee to the banks of the Lee. In New York his praises they sing, and where footballers gather or music is played, O'Brien will always be king. It was in 57 he first made his name, with footballing passion and fire. From a crowd at Croke Park that day against Cork, O'Brien brought home Sam Maguire. But music was always most close to his heart, with songs like the great Galway Show, the old Ardee Turfman and the Killybegs boys, and the Ploughboy, the greatest of all. He was known from Ardee to the banks of the Lee. In New York his praises they sing, and where footballers gather or music is played, O'Brien will always be king. Such magic he made, the tunes that he played, the cuckoo and the owl clattering, and where accordions play till the break of the day, O'Brien will always be king. Our hearts filled with joy just a few years gone by, when he returned from the great USA. We were little to know this man we loved so, all too soon would be taken away. Though Dermot is gone, his spirit lives on in the music and songs that I sing. And wherever I go, I will let the world know that O'Brien will always be king. He was known from Ardee to the banks of the Lee. In New York his praises they sing, and where footballers gather and music is played, O'Brien will always be king. 'Neath the flower-covered grave in a country churchyard sleeps O'Brien, the man from Ardee.
Declan Ainger and the man O'Brien from Ardee. Yes, O'Brien, Dermot O'Brien, wonderful box player, and that was a great memory of Dermot O'Brien. Yes, indeed. Right, what have we got? Oh, we've got a Boston two-step, and that has been asked for by Sheila and Billy, the dandy dancers up there in Aberdeen. And Sheila has written to me and she says, "Hi Derek, good day to you and all Daily Caeliers. We seem to have been missing for ages due to activities getting back to normal now, thank goodness." Yes, indeed. Can we get a request for Grant and Ian McDougall, who must be the most excited guys going to the Stagger Inn weekend? Can you play a Boston two-step for them, please? Thanks, from Sheila and Billy. Yes, indeed I can, but just before I do, I've just suddenly remembered to mention the fact that I have no emails today because for some reason PlusNet, which is a BT company that provides our email service and my personal email service, has gone down. The email side of it's gone down and seems to be down all over the country and has been since 10 to 7 this morning. So as yet, I don't think it's back up. So I'm not getting any emails. So don't send any emails in for requests. And I'll say hello to George Mackay, because it was seeing your name, George, that reminded me to say, because you normally send in an email request. But unfortunately, I can't get any emails today because PlusNet email service is down. I don't know why. They haven't given any reasons. They've just said that they're working on it and it's taken longer than they thought it might to sort it out, but it's down. So, no emails. Right, next up is the Boston Two-Step from Da Fustra. And as I said, it goes out to Ian Grant and Ian McDougall for being the most excited guys going to the Stagger Inn weekend in April. Here's the Da Frustra.
John the Prof here. You're listening to Radio GH worldwide on the internet.
Yes, indeed. You're listening to Radio GH worldwide on the internet. I don't know what happened with the Hamilton rant coming in there, but it's a normal Hamilton rant. Yes, next up is another wee request, and this time it's for Phil Cunningham, and it's Marina Tate that's asked for this, and it's Marina Tate has asked for Phil Cunningham to play Jackson's Number 2. So here it is. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Great applause for Phil Cunningham playing that set of Irish reels, which he calls somebody's number two. Whose number two was it? It was Jackson's number two, yes. Right, I've had a request for this next piece, which you'll recognise coming in the background. I can't remember who asked for it, and I've been looking back and I can't find who it. Somebody asked for it earlier on in the programme. I do apologise, but I'm going to make it also a dedication from Denise Drayton, and it goes out to her... our cousin, yes, our cousin Patricia Green in Inverurie, and that comes from Denise Drayton in Coventry. And of course it's Jimmy Blue and the band with the Dark Island.
Playing the best music in the afternoon on Radio GH.
that was Gavin Piper from his album Crossing the Line. And that was the set called Crossing the Line as well. So that was Gavin Piper. Now, next up is a wee request from Grant McDougall, and he says he spoke to John Caskey this morning, and John is hoping to get out of hospital today. Well, we wish John well, and hope that he's feeling a lot better and good to go home. And here he is to sing Bonnie Kirkwall Bay.
It was on the summer's day when I first saw Kirkwall Bay, and the beauty of Portsea I'll never forget. There was magic, there was mystery, there was friendship all around, and a welcome that I'd never ever met. Kirkwall Bay, oh bonny Kirkwall Bay, friends all standing on the shore. She'll always shed a tear when the boat is drawing near, once straight to be back home in Kirkwall Bay. On the tile I would tarry for a while, living out and singing, fiddling everywhere. There was madness all around, to the music's happy sound, as it echoed out to sea on Kirkwall Bay. Kirkwall Bay, oh bonny Kirkwall Bay, friends all standing on the shore. Yes, you'll always shed a tear when the boat is rowing near, always wait to be back home in Kirkwall Bay. It was on the summer's day when I first saw Kirkwall Bay, the beauty of the sea I'll never forget. There was magic, there was mystery, there was friendship all around, and the welcome that I never ever met. Kirkwall Bay, oh bonny Kirkwall Bay, friends all standing on the shore. Yes, you'll always shed a tear when the boat is drawing near, always wait to be back home in Kirkwall Bay. Yes, it's great to be back home on Kirkwall Bay.
Chorus applause, cut off in their prime. John Caskey singing Kirkwall Bay, and that was requested by Grant McDougall across there in the West, yes. And he did say that he's spoken to John, and John's hoping to get out of hospital today. That's great news. Hope you're feeling better, John, and all the best to you. Right, what we got up next? Oh yes, I had a request from Margaret Massey, who asked for something by Foster and Allen. Now, strangely, Foster and Allen was on our database. There was quite a lot of albums of Foster and Allen in the database, but for some reason it has disappeared. And it's only since the database was updated that it has disappeared. And I don't know where it's got to. I'll have to speak to his nibs across there in the East Studio and find out if it's on his database. I really don't know. Anyway, we'll play. This is a Foster and Allen song, unfortunately not by Foster and Allen, but we'll play it in a minute. I'm going to say hello to Simon Power, who says, "Hello, Mr. Hamilton, sir." Well, anybody that calls me sir has got to get a mention. You're looking well, he says. My God, I've been ill. Yes, exactly. Yes, Sheila Bain made comment about that track from Gavin Piper. Same original, but that was a 6x32 version of Crossing the Line, one of our favourites as well as Scott Meikle. Ah, well, there you go. I didn't even realise there was a dance, to be honest, Crossing the Line. I just thought he called that set after, well, I don't know what I thought, to be honest, but there you are. I am now suitably informed that Crossing the Line is a dance. I take it's an 8x32 normal dance, and Gavin just played 6x32s. Anyway, there we go. Or maybe it's just a 4x32 and he played 6 just for good measure. Who knows? No doubt we will be told in no uncertain terms what the official dance is. And I rely on the dancing experts, that's the dandy dancers, who are very knowledgeable at these things, and I rely on them to feed me the information. Yes, so I'm talking away here, hoping that you're going to send me the information while I'm talking, but that is not to be at the moment. So we'll move on with the music, and what we got. I've lost the track of the thing now. Yes, I was saying about Foster and Allen not being in a database. I don't know why, but here's one of their songs anyway, and you'll recognise it.
My darling, come to me. Sit you down easily and rest a while near the soft firelight. Cold as the night, but warm as my heart with pride. Having you by my side, you're still my guiding light. After all these years, your soft, assuring ways, the rock I lean on, saw me through my darkest days, when all hope had gone. You're still the only one I'll ever hold near, and I love you after all these years. Time for me passes on, and I'm growing old. A lifetime nearly gone, I cannot unfold. Nights dark and cold, but warm as your hand in mine. Feeble with ageless time, the light of love still shines. After all these years, your soft, assuring ways, the rock I lean on, saw me through my darkest days, when all hope had gone. You're still the only one I'll ever hold near, and I love you after all these years. I'll still love you after all these years.
Yes, the Foster and Allen hit. That was after all these years, and that was my version of it. Purely because I can't find the stuff. I don't know what's happened to Foster and Allen's folder, but it has disappeared off the database. I shall speak to L Boss or L Boss's assistant and see what's happening. Yes, Sheila Bain says, "Hi Derek, Gavin played the correct bars for Crossing the Line, but another dance called Scott Meikle used the same original tune and is 4x32 called Scott Meikle." And I was answering Val Butterworth's comment. I know it's quite difficult to see the comments in relation to each other because they come up on the screen here and there's probably about 10 or 12 comments between the original comment and the answer. So it's difficult to see that. But that's great information, Sheila. Thanks very much for that. Crossing the Line is a 6x32 bar, and Scott Meikle is a 4x32 bar, but they both use the same original tune. Great information. Thanks very much for that. Right, I'm going to move on and play another track because time marches on. We're getting to 10 to. Here's a request that was left over from Sunday, and I'm sure it was Grant McDougall that asked for it on Sunday. I'm sure he won't mind us holding it over until today. But here's Ewan Galloway to play Callum's Road. Well, there we are. That was one of the favourites on this programme. It was Callum's Road, and it was played by the second in command, because Tiger's always the first in command, but the second in command, the Ewan Galloway himself. And that was Callum's Road. Right, what time is it? It's 1:54 and 30 seconds. Good grief. Time is marching on. And that just leaves us 5.5 minutes. No, 4.5. I better get the last track up. We're getting close to the last track for the programme. So what will we do for the last track? Let's have a wee look and see what we've got. I think we'll maybe go out on an Eva 3-step. Why don't we? Or close to going out an Eva 3-step. Let's see how this takes us up for time. It's Alan McIntosh in the band. Well, this will be, I think, the last track, looking at the time, and it's Fraser McGlynn that's taking us out of the programme today. But I just want to say thanks very much to everybody who took part, everybody who sent in messages, requests, and apologise for not having email to the folk that normally send in an email, but haven't noticed wee Annie on, she normally sends an email, and I'll say hello to one or two folk just before we go. Gina Oliver is there, hi, up in Port Mahomach. I love saying that, Port Mahomach. Yes. Sheila Walker's there, Maureen Douglas, Mary Menny, Mary Ingalls, Doris Gunn, Elizabeth White, Sheila Walker, Joanne Renton, of course, Helen Stewart, Elizabeth Mackay, Sarah Horn, still in Scotland and enjoying every minute of it. I hope you enjoy your pies this afternoon, Sarah, because I saw you were going to the pie shop. And can you beat who ate all the pies? Sarah did. Right, Catherine Nicholson, Margaret McMillan Young, Margaret across there. Margaret says, thanks Derek, didn't do a request, so this one's for her. Yes, Fraser McGlynn, of course, from across in the same area. And David Borthwick, David always sends in plenty of comments. Marian Oram, Anne Fye, Amy Kerr, and Robert and Mary Wilson. Yes, across there near Beath, and Val Butterworth, of course, Val and Clive, and Rob and Mary Macombe. Yes, and our friends from Norway, Salvar Haugen. I think that's Haugen. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it's always nice to have loads of folk. Jim Wilson sent a message in, basically saying it was a lovely day there. Send some photographs to us, Jim. Anyway, I've got to go. Thanks very much for your company, and all the best until tomorrow when Ewan will be back. Bye just now.